Okay, everybody, 2.7 application problems. So number 2, a bird picks up a golf ball and drops it while flying. The function represents the height y in feet of the golf ball t seconds after it is dropped. And if you're wondering about what function, look down here under the bird, okay? Y equals 81 minus 16t squared is the function that represents how high the golf ball is in the air after the bird lets it go. So after 1 second, after 2 seconds, etc. It says the ball hits the top of a 32-foot tall pine tree. After how many seconds does the ball hit the tree? Okay, so let's think about this. He drops the ball. Apparently there's a little pine tree down here or something. I don't know. Boop. Okay, and the ball falls down and it hits the top of the tree. Now it tells us that the tree is 32 feet high, and it wants to know, well, how many seconds does it take for the ball to actually do that? So how many seconds, meaning essentially we have to solve for t. So we have this equation, y equals 81 minus 16t squared. And I know that we have to solve for t, so obviously t is going to be a variable. But when you're solving an equation, how do you solve for both t and y at the same time? So we have to use some other information. I'm going to go back up here and read. It says, the function represents the height y, the height, which is y, of the golf ball t seconds after it is dropped. Well, I want to know t, or the time that the golf ball is at what height? And the answer to that is, oh, when it hits the tree. I want to know the height when it hits this tree here. And that tree is 32 feet in the air. So I want to know the time when the ball is 32 feet in the air. So instead of y, we're going to substitute 32. There we go. Now, at this point in time, we have a polynomial equation, and we're going to solve it. And again, I'm going to go back to, there are multiple ways of solving these things, but right now, the only actual method I've given you is the zero product property. So if we're going to solve this using the zero product property, then we're going to have to, first of all, get it equal to 0. So in this case, I'm going to subtract 32 from both sides. So I'm going to get 0 equals 49 minus 16t squared. Then I'm going to look at that and go, okay, I can do that. So 49 minus 16t squared is currently, well, it's not really in standard form, but I'm going to teach you a little trick here. It's okay, we don't have to worry about it, because this is not a trinomial. So it must be one of my special cases, and I'm looking at 49, I'm looking at 16, I'm looking at t squared, and I'm going, okay, that looks like squares to me. So 7 times 7, 4t times 4t, and it is in fact subtraction, so this is difference of squares. 0 equals, I set up my factors. If you remember difference of squares, we put one of the things in one of the things and one of the things and one of the things. Now, do you notice that this one for difference of squares is kind of backwards? Because this isn't in standard form. That's okay, just make sure you pay attention to order. If they put the 49 first, then you, in your parentheses, are going to put the 7s first. If they put the 16t squared second, then you're going to put the 4t's second. Do not flip them. Okay, just follow the order that they gave you. And then same rule as before, one of these things is a plus, one of these things is a minus, and you're factored and you're good. But this question did not say factor the polynomial. This question said, at what time is the ball 32 feet in the air? Well, in order to figure out time, that means we have to solve for t. So at this point, zero product property. So I'm going to take 7 plus 4t. I'm going to set it equal to 0. I'm going to take 7 minus 4t. I'm going to set it equal to 0. And then I'm going to solve. So I'm going to subtract 7. 4t equals negative 7. I'm going to divide by 4. T equals negative 7/4. Then I'm going to go do the other one. So I'm going to subtract 7. So now we're going to have negative 4t equals negative 7. I'm going to divide by negative 4. So t equals a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so 7/4. And then I'm going to do a couple more things before I call this good. So it said, at what time is the ball 32 feet in the air? Or at what time does it hit the top of this 32-foot tall tree? Okay, well, I'm looking at this answer. It's 7/4, and it's t, and I know it's in seconds. One of these is not good. So the one I'm looking at is this one. First of all, in real life, we're not doing negative time. Okay, for right now, no negative time. So it must be 7/4. But if you walk up to somebody and you say, hey, what time it is? And they say, it's 7/4 seconds. You're probably going to look at them a little dumbfounded, right? Like, really? Who reports time as 7/4 seconds? You don't. Okay? So because of what we're talking about here, grab your phone, grab your calculator, type in 7 divided by 4, get a decimal. Okay, I'm doing it on my phone. And I get 1.75. So t equals 1.75 seconds. That in context of this story, that makes a whole lot more sense. How long does it take after the bird drops the ball for it to hit the tree? Oh, 1.75 seconds. Oh, okay, so almost 2 seconds, not 7/4 seconds. That doesn't make sense. So usually when we're dealing with story problems, convert it into a decimal. If it has to be rounded, round it. This one doesn't because it comes out nicely, but don't leave it as 7/4. That doesn't make sense.